Welcome back, everybody. This is the Now Morning Show right here on TTT. You can also catch us on Talk City 91.1 FM, TTT Live online on Facebook, and search up on YouTube, TTT Live online, and you can find us there as well. Now I'm going to switch gears a little bit. I'm going to be speaking with Kelly McFarlane, who is the Public Relations Officer of the Trinidad and Tobago Association of Psychologists. She's also a clinical and organizational psychologist. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. So now today we'll be speaking about a free public seminar on suicide prevention. But before we jump into that, let's talk a little bit about the Trinidad and Tobago Association of Psychologists and their role when it comes to suicide prevention.
Well, our role right now is public awareness. We really want to sensitize the public to the experience that people who sort of end up having suicidal thoughts and resorting to completing suicide actually have. There are a lot of people who get angry with people who attempt suicide or complete suicide, who don't understand why someone would do it, who are very intolerant to people who experience that level of hopelessness and despair. And I think in order for us to sort of start reducing the stigma that prevents people from getting help, and in order for us to be able to help people, we first have to instill that compassion in people and that understanding in people. Recently, there was an attempted suicide in the East where a young guy wanted to jump off of an overpass. Right. And people were passing and yelling, jump, go ahead, kill yourself and stuff like that. Yeah. And we really have to do something in our society to help people to understand that it's not that the person is weak or the person is silly, or, you know, it's sometimes people just really feel that they are out of options. Yeah,
you know, the thing is that what you're saying, and I tend to agree with, is that we have a mentality here, like in the Caribbean on the whole, that, you know, either one is like, oh, they don't really understand what they're going through, so it's easy to say, well, you know, they're weak, as you said, or, you know, they just sad and they don't know how to deal with it, or they're taking the easy way out. But I think something as drastic as suicide, there's a lot more deep-seated issues that need to be addressed. And of course, there's a stigma around it as well. If somebody confides in the average person with that sort of mentality that, oh, you know what, I don't feel like living anymore, sometimes the response may be, oh, that's not my problem, or, you know, they may shy away from them because they don't know how to engage in conversation. So, you know, how does the average person, the general public, you know, speak to somebody or reach out to someone who are having thoughts of suicide or have even attempted suicide?
How they should reach out to
someone? Yes, how they should.
Well, first of all, always go with an attitude of non-judgment. If you don't know what to say, simply say, you know what, I really don't know what to say, but I'm here for you. I will support you. I want to get help for you. And I mean, if you as a person can't help somebody else because you really just don't know what to do or how to help them get help. There are professionals, there are mental health clinics, public hospitals, you know, have these services. And of course, we will have a lot more resources at the event that I'll talk to you about later. Right. And, you know, it's really, sometimes someone just needs a listening ear. You know, improving your listening skills, your communication skills, saying, well, I can't imagine how tough that would be. I've never been there. You know, don't try to say, well, don't try to reduce somebody's feelings and emotions or somebody's situation, because what they are feeling is real to them, at least, even if it doesn't make sense to you. And it is all they are experiencing. And, you know, just ask them, you know, what do you want me to do? How can I help you? Don't presume to know what they need and what you should do, because that could actually overwhelm a person a little bit more.
No, this is something that hits home, really close to home for me, because I've had a few friends over the years who actually committed suicide.
Oh, wow.
You know, so it's something that, you know, as Rishi said earlier as well, that resonates with him and it resonates with me. Sometimes it seems to be out of the blue. Are there certain signs that, you know, we should look for, you know, that, you know, a person may be contemplating suicide, or a person may be in that such a low state that they may do it?
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, 50 to 60% of people who died by suicide had given some sort of indication to friends or family that they had that intention. And the thing about it is, do we recognize these signs and symptoms? So just off the top, some of them could be sudden, reckless behaviors, like things that would help lead to death, like reckless driving and so on, substance abuse, increase in substance abuse, decrease in mood, and then a sudden spike, a sudden increase in mood, because sometimes when somebody is really, really low, when they make that decision, either they start feeling the sense of relief, I'm leaving. So, you know, they start acting a lot better, and then they go. Also, just suddenly giving away things, putting things in place, saying goodbye to friends. You know, these are some of the signs that you could recognize.
Definitely.
Changes in sleep, changes in eating. Now, the thing about suicide is 90%, at least 90% of suicide, people who complete or attempt suicide have an underlying mental health condition.
Okay.
So just recognizing mental health conditions sometimes is a sign for help. Oh, and of course, as we spoke about briefly earlier, if a person starts saying things that indicate that they might be interested in death or leaving and dying and stuff like that, don't take it lightly.
Right.
You know.
Definitely. So. And just before we close off, let's talk about when this public seminar is. What's the date, the time, and location, please?
Good. So we are, the Trinidad and Tobago Association of Psychologists is having a free public seminar on suicide awareness and prevention this Saturday, the 27th of April, at the Eric Williams Medical Sciences Complex from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m.
All right, well, thank you very much, Kelly McFarlane, Public Relations Officer and Clinical and Organizational Psychologist of the Trinidad and Tobago Association of Psychologists. Thank you for all you've shared. Wish you the very best moving forward for that seminar. And, you know, we do hope that it helps a lot of people and, you know, to really get into what suicide prevention is, what it means, and, you know, to help those who may be in their most dire time of need.
Yes.
All right, thank you very much. We're going to take a short break and we'll be right back.